following presentation of the National Football League.
Visitor sideline, Pete Carroll, the coach of the Raiders. His guys holding their own, 6-2 over their last 8. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one.
for the Broncos.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And how about Geno Smith? The number of times we've looked at his career and said, here's something new for him. And that's exactly what we're talking about with his move to Las Vegas after 5 seasons in Seattle. Over 70% last season completion percentage. And the Raiders, they definitely need that type of efficiency in Vegas. And the best part, he has a head coach, Pete Carroll, who really believes in him.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Short throw, caught by Bowers. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 92 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Smith throwing again. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now Geno. Quick hitch, complete. It's Tucker. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Throw caught by Mayer. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
Second and 7.
To the air again, Smith. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. Throw left side, pulled in by Tucker. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
The kick by Carlson is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you? Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 4. Nix from the shotgun. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
And the Broncos, first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 25 yards that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes, just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. The rushing totals for Dobbins last week: 19 carries, 5 yards past 100, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Off the bootleg, here's Nix. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. This is caught. Touchdown! Marvin Mims, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
On for the point after. He's got it. He'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal.
Picked up by Pat Surtain. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Broncos offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. On first and 10. It's Dobbins. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
That's good for Broncos.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's second and inches at the Raiders.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
3 yards. And the Broncos first down.
Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Broncos.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if there's good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so me, depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10. Now it's Nix on the slant, completes to Sutton. That's good, the completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down.
Second and 3 at the 36-yard line.
to the air. A short throw to Ingram. So no gain on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Nix once more. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
First down. 1st and 10.
A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down. Almost back to the drawing board.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10.
Here's Nix. Touchdown, Broncos. Keenan Allen from 13 yards out. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Wants to try to add the PAT. And it's 21-3. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And Charles, he's a rookie. He's put it on the ground once, maybe defensively. Now they're saying, okay, we can get this young buck to cough it up 2, 3 times. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, they do tend to zero in on the young runners because once one comes out, as you noted, you think there's an opportunity for more. This is where you have to get with that guy. Say, all right, they're going to come after you, but we believe in your talents. Take care of the football, and let's go.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Play action. It's Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to him.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 and enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he's got it to about the 40. This defense for the Broncos, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just match protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throwing is Smith. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Good for a Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 21-3 is your score after one. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. 2nd down and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. Working out of the gun is Nix. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Nix. He finds Sutton crossing the formation complete. A good pickup there at 22.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left and end up running a crossing route, but rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 32-yard line. To throw, here's Nix. Now he's going to step up and run. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to the air with Nix. Now he'll tuck this and run. Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
Looking to put a drive together.
There we go.
They'll start on the ground with Genty. And he's out right at the 25. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's good for a Las Vegas.
First carry of the game for Zamir White.
Holding. Offense.
That's on the guard, Alex Kappa. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bowers. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
Brings up 2nd down at the 34-yard line.
Gino now to throw. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
46-yard line.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. They'll get this out to Genty. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now, during that run, an injury here, we got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Give him 2 on the play there. That'll be good enough for a Las Vegas 1st down.
A pickup of 2 yards. 1st down, Las Vegas.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Smith. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Smith now to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. So the completion good for 7 there. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, the fullback Burton. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
Throwing Nix. This one complete. It's Devon Vele.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
7-yard gain. And the Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Looking to throw. Nix. A short throw to Ingram. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw. Nix. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Looking to put a drive together. After the interception, here's Smith. Tucker hauls it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. And they will face a 2nd and 9 now following the penalty. Here's Smith. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A short completion, just 4 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now Gino. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first down, really making a push for the end zone. It looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well. And they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And getting this just shy of midfield and spotted at the 49. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Gino going to hand it to Genty. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? And the West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
First and 10 at the 30.
Now it's Nix. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
To throw is Nix. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And now to common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Nix looking to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Sutton. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it though. Nix to the air. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And now they're in the hurry up.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Broncos.
They'll go play action with Nix. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Throwing now is Gino. Open man right side, Myers. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back. on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. But despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So nothing doing there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Give him the completion, no gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. They set up the screen for Dalvin. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on. Looking to put a drive together. Off of play action. Here's Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the gun, here's Smith. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bowers. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A run straight ahead with Genti. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 9. Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
And the Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now it's Smith. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Genti, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one up to around the 33. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
4 yards.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Off the bootleg, here's Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Gain of 15 yards. That's good. Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield and man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Play action. It's Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Smith. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Raider first down.
That's a much-needed accomplishment there on 3rd down. They've been forced to punt far too many times already. They needed something to go their way, and they're able to get a new set of downs.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Oh, the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Tucker. Still going inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Trey Tucker, 66 yards. And the Raiders have come back to make it a 2-point game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Gino's going to throw. It's complete. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the two-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Nix. Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. Oh, the gain of 40 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Throwing Nix. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. You take a look at his receiving numbers so far. He's been terrific. Up over 100 yards now for the game. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
At the Raiders' 48-yard line.
Looking to throw. Nix. That'll give him 8 that time. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for Broncos. 1st down. 1st and 10.
The wall didn't work very well on that play. Defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
At the 30-yard line.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd
And right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Nick's going to keep this himself. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Like any team plan, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going. It's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
At the 20-yard line.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Las Vegas 1st down. It's a gain of 10. And the Las Vegas 1st down.
And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 250 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards.
Las Vegas 1st down. It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Raiders.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. From the 50, it's Smith. Open man is Myers. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up second down.
Second and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's Smith. He'll drop this underneath for Genty. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33.
That's another Las Vegas first down. A gain of 12.
Geno down to throw. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
It leads to second and 10.
To throw is Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Here we go.
Now Geno. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
A 50-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Broncos are not set to go on offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's second and 10. Now it's Nix. Now they go screen. It's complete. And bulldozing his way through. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
And the Broncos first down.
Nix to the air. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
Brings up second and 1.
Another carry for Burton. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's good for Broncos. First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
On play action, here's Nix. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
First and 10.
A give. Dobbins trying the right side. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
11 more yards. The Broncos first down.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try and run it in with Burton. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Ready?
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for the Bronco touchdown. J.K. Dobbins hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down.
It's now second and 6 at the 31-yard line.
Throwing now is Geno. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
A 7-yard gain.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, here's Smith. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
To the air again, Smith. He'll get this out to Genty. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Now a handoff to Genty. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. On the zone read, a give to Genty. And he gets it down to the 32. 60 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
7-yard gain. That's another Raiders first down. A gain of 7. First down, Las Vegas.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here's Smith. They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
13 yards.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Las Vegas first down.
Smith now to throw. That's to Bowers once again. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now second and 9.
At the 18-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Back to throw, Smith. That's complete. Genty out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
There we go, sit on.
Now Smith. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers with an amazing diving catch. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied 4th quarter as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And coming out now, the Broncos. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll go play action with Nix. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. That's caught at the 25. A huge play there for Denver. 49 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Nix. Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Broncos answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You're talking about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
What's good on the extra point? And they will take a 7-point lead.
36.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now here come the Raiders. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. Smith. Throw right side, looked in here by Besh. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Tucker hauls it in over the middle. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now it's Smith. That's caught by Tucker. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Smith throwing again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Well, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Let's look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and bottom line is protect the football, just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it's a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's Smith. It's grabbed over the middle by White. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. An audible here to get a new look. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
36 yards.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
A gain of 36 yards.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Gino now to throw. Over the middle, hooks up with a tight end, Bowers. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
That's another Raiders.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's going to go down to the penalty marker 2, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So after the penalty, a break. 1st and 5. Here's Smith. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here comes second down at 5. Smith to throw. He'll find Genty out of the backfield. A big play here. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4. Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jack Besh, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Carlson now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Broncos are going to get the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
So the Broncos coming out now. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll give up the middle to Dobbins. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Raiders' 28-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now it's Nix. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Hey, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Denver, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.